Now a 3-year-old still missing out of Milwaukee this morning, where police are searching in our area.
More rain chances are on the way. We have 3 things you need to know as you head out the door.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Wednesday. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. Police in Milwaukee are turning to the community now, asking for help finding a missing boy.
3-year-old Major Harris hasn't been seen since last week after his mother was found shot dead last Thursday. 3 days later, a suspect in the case shot and killed himself, but Major hasn't been found.
So we're asking for everyone. We know that some people have already stepped up to help, and we appreciate that. We're also asking for anyone else that has information to definitely send that into the police, to Crime Stoppers, and help in any way possible to make sure that Major is found.
Milwaukee police say they searched 2 places in Dodge County, but those searches and others across the city of Milwaukee haven't led to the boy. Now, according to our news partners in La Crosse, Major was living with his mother for a while in the La Crosse suburb of Onalaska. Authorities have been looking there as well for any sign of him. Some breaking news overnight. 3 people are dead and 2 critically injured after a shooting in Kenosha. The shooting took place late overnight. Police say the incident is isolated and the community is not in danger. They aren't pursuing suspects at this time.
In Fort Atkinson this morning, police are issuing a missing person alert for this man, Scott McDaniel. He hasn't been seen since early October. The 41-year-old last seen leaving a group home on foot on North Main Street back on October 5th. According to the alert, McDaniel is schizophrenic and doesn't have his medications with him. We'll push updates through our mobile app. You can download it right now if you want in your app store.
6:01 now. Chris Reese here with your first warn weather, your certified most accurate forecast. Hey, Chris.
Good morning. We are talking 3 things you need to know as you head out the door. We do have a chance of rain today, okay? But it has been delayed just a little bit. So that means you're actually going to deal with a little bit more sunshine today, a little bit more dry weather today as well. I am still tracking a chill into the weekend, full-blown flannel watch, okay? But then we're also watching that chance for some frost as well as we go through the weekend. So we've got a little bit of everything. Here's that system that's going to bring the rain chances our way. And yeah, you betcha, it's got the colder air with it, especially on the northwestern side. Out ahead of that, it's warm air, it's showers, and even a couple rumbles of thunder. Notice that it's not all that widespread. But folks, this right here is what moves into parts of Wisconsin today. In fact, there were some showers that tried to pop up overnight. Our air is dry. It didn't make it towards the ground, but there is greater moisture back towards the west. So as those showers move in, we'll start to see more of that actually making it to the ground. Partly cloudy skies outside right now. The cloud cover will be on the increase as we go throughout the day. In Madison, we're at 51, 50 for our friends at Janesville. Good morning. Lone Rock, you're at 45. Good morning to you. The Dells coming in at 50. Shout out to Mineral Point and Platteville as well. Once again, your temperatures are into the lower 50s, but I want to plan your day. We're going to put this all into motion. We're going to do this together. Watch this. We get you towards 11:30, 12 o'clock. You're going out for lunch. We're in the low 60s. It's possible that maybe there's a stray shower for somebody. But for the most of us, we'll be dry. You'll see a little bit more cloud cover. You'll still see some rays of sunshine as well. Now we're starting to head home. Your afternoon commute. Temperatures are into the 70s. The cloud cover is starting to stream its way on in now. We get you towards dinner time, and that's really when our chance for some showers starts to work its way on in. If you wanted dinner on the patio, sure. But you might want to have that patio umbrella too, because that's when the showers are going to move in. This is not overly heavy rain by any means, but we're going to see those off and on showers throughout tomorrow morning as well. So keep that in mind as you start to plan towards tomorrow. And then we'll see a little bit more cloud cover with temperatures in the 50s for tomorrow. We are not going to see much rain out of this. I'm talking less than 1/10 of an inch. Some heavier rain comes our direction as we start to move towards Sunday and Monday. But as far as today, this is not a heavy rain event by any means. But what you can do is take the sunglasses this morning. You can also take that umbrella, especially if you plan on being out towards the evening, because that is when our best chance for those spotty showers will exist. Sunday into Monday, I'm keeping a very close eye on for the potential for some heavier rainfall coming on through here. When we come up with weather again in about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to take a look at Sunday and Monday and give you all a greater idea of what to expect. We've got a first warn for you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Chris. public health and other vaccinators are getting ready for the next push to administer COVID vaccines.
Health officials expect the FDA and the CDC to authorize Pfizer's COVID vaccine for children 5 and up right around Halloween. Officials are also expecting approval of booster shots for both Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff told us Moderna will likely be approved for the same high-risk groups the Pfizer booster was approved for, but Johnson & Johnson's vaccine will likely be recommended for everyone who got that one-dose shot. New data is also showing mixing and matching vaccine types may also be beneficial.
I think this will continue to play out, this idea that as we learn more, and then we communicate that to the public. You know, what is the best practice, the thing that we know to be for sure today, which may not be the same thing as what we knew a year ago.
Now, we'll likely know more about booster approval in the next week or two, with emergency use approval for Pfizer in kids 5 and up coming in early November.
A Wisconsin man pleading guilty to a misdemeanor charge related to his role in the breach of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. 53-year-old Kevin Loftus of Eau Claire is charged with parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building. At least 4 other Wisconsin men also face charges for entering the Capitol that day.
Lawmakers in the House Select Committee unanimously want to hold Steve Bannon in contempt of Congress. The longtime Trump advisor has refused to answer a subpoena to testify before the committee or supply requested documents. The committee considers Bannon's testimony critical. Lawmakers say statements Bannon made on January 5th suggest foreknowledge that the violence that erupted the next day on Capitol Hill was going to happen. Those comments include these remarks from his podcast.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow. It's not going to happen like you think it's going to happen, okay? It's going to be quite extraordinarily different.
It appears that Mr. Bannon had substantial advanced knowledge of the plans for January 6th and likely had an important role in formulating those plans.
At least 4 former Trump officials have been served subpoenas, but Trump is urging them not to cooperate. He's filed a lawsuit to prevent the National Archives from providing key documents from his administration.
North Korea says it's tested new ballistic missiles. It comes just 1 day after South Korea and Japan detected a weapons test from the country. The ballistic missile was launched from a submarine on the country's east coast. Analysts say that these photos released show thinner missiles that would provide than the previous designs. This means shorter range, but it inches North Korea closer to an operational ballistic missile submarine.
6:07 on your Wednesday. Coming up, ring night for the Bucks. We're going to give you a look at that ring, plus all the highlights as they pick up where they left off.
Next, we have our Eye on Education. Meet a Wisconsin Teacher of the Year from Verona. Why the honor means so much.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Warden, board-certified plastic surgeon and host of The Doctors. If you're like most people struggling with areas of stubborn, diet-resistant body fat, then it's time you call Sono Bello.
I lost 2 inches here in the waist, and I lost 3.5 inches here in my hips.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
I got to buy 4 brand new bikinis. I had abs after Sono Bello.
Sono Bello can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just 1 visit.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly on your stomach, back, or even your thighs.
I actually tried a bikini on, and I looked in the mirror and I thought, wow.
Call 1-855-417-8921 or go to sonobello.com.
With Voltaren Arthritis Pain Gel, my husband's got his moves back.
An alternative to pills, Voltaren is the first full prescription strength gel for powerful arthritis pain relief. Voltaren, the joy of movement.
At U.S. Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. While the other guys may limit your options, at U.S. Cellular, you choose any phone and we make it free. That's right. Visit our store and any phone you see is free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month and get the most out of our state-of-the-art network, wherever you choose to go. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
The grand opening of Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've simplified, uncomplicated, and laid things out for you. First, take your rest match to pick your basic mattress type.
You love memory foam.
I really do.
Then shop using the information and rating system on each bed. It's mattress shopping reinvented, plus mattress specials for every budget. And save big on our reclining sofas and chairs. On sale now, only at Slumberland Furniture.
You got her?
I got her.
I'm getting us McDonald's.
Enjoy a sausage McMuffin with egg or a sausage burrito and pair it with a $1 any size Coke.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. When you open a jar of Better Than Bouillon, you open up dinner time to great flavor. Chicken, beef, roasted garlic, sauteed onion. With Better Than Bouillon, the possibilities are endless. Make your everything better with Better Than Bouillon. Don't just make it better.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
In this week's Eye on Education, we are highlighting a Verona teacher who recently received a very prestigious award. As I found out, he's breaking barriers. Cabby Hong is opening the door for those who look like him to follow. Hong will represent Wisconsin in the National Teacher of the Year competition.
It means everything.
He's the first Asian American to do so.
I feel a tremendous sense of responsibility to not only represent the state of Wisconsin, but also Asian Americans in the state as well.
Hong is the son of Korean immigrants who came to America for a better life.
The best thing to come out of this whole process was a look on my parents' face. They poured all of their heart and energy and time into us, me and my sister. Here's a cool thing.
Not to be underestimated, Hong's achievement is inspiring his Verona High School students.
It so matters to me because, like, being someone who is Asian American, it's that representation that, like, we need in our community that hasn't been there.
Hong's award comes at a time when he and his Asian American students needed some good news. A rise in anti-Asian attacks hangs like a dark cloud.
I believe that education can solve so many of the social ills that are plaguing our society, and that if we talk about issues, that if we educate people about those issues, that there is hope.
When he gets down,
oh, this is a good one.
Hong opens up his binders.
You pushed me to be a better writer.
They're filled with letters.
You are one of the best teachers I've ever had.
From former students.
You're just struggling with motivation, and a lot of times you need some affirmation or a reminder of why you do this work. Okay, so if you did not have it complete...
Hong has built a career out of making meaningful connections. In the end, it comes down to inspiring future generations.
Growing up, I never saw anyone that looked like me accomplish anything. The more representation we have in our country, the more that my kids can see people that look like them in our society, the better it is for all of us.
As Wisconsin's National Teacher of the Year representative, Hong will receive $6,000 from the Herb Cole Educational Foundation and will participate alongside representatives from other states in various professional learning opportunities. Now, Leah, when you think about this, Hong's been in the Verona School District for about 17 years.
Wow.
He thinks he's had about 2,500 students. Now, think about the impact that that's going to have on our community. One teacher impacting 2,500 lives over the course of his tenure. I think that's very powerful when you have a teacher like Mr. Hong.
And all of those letters from students from years past, quite a testament to his teaching style. He's clearly left a message on these kids, an impression.
Yeah, so you figure you've got 2,500 kids you've had. You couldn't remember all their names. So when I asked him about that, like, do you remember who these kids are? He says, once I open up those letters and I hear their voice, I can see their face.
Wow.
He could remember them because they made that connection. And they mean extra to him because it's hard for a high school student to sit down and write a handwritten thank you note. So they mean the world to him.
Congrats to him. Big, big honor here.
That is a huge honor, and he is breaking barriers.
6:14 now. The NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks opening up their season with a special ceremony and a win overnight. They kicked things off with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. He was on hand to present the team's championship championship rings. Have you seen these things yet? Diamond encrusted. Take a look. It also has a QR code once you open it up that will play a Bucks video. Pretty impressive. It also turns into a necklace there. You can see it. So the master of ceremonies last night was Jim Paschke, who recently retired as the Bucks play-by-play announcer after 35 years of service. Bucks picking up right where they left off. Giannis leading the team in scoring. The Bucks cruise past the Brooklyn Nets, 127-104.
Talk about bling. Those are really cool. For
real.
Oh, man. All right, so starting today, amateur astronomers have something to see in the night sky. NASA says the next full moon, called the Hunter's Moon, will be visible tonight. The Hunter's Moon usually appears after the Harvest Moon, which is autumn's first full moon. The moon will appear full for about 3 days.
Pretty cool. Check out this flood damage on a main railway line in northern India. This comes after a landslide from major rain that killed at least 34 people. India's also seen destructive weather in other areas this week after deadly rainstorms and mudslides that killed dozens in the southern region of that country.
New this morning, 4 people were injured south of Sydney after a train derailed Wednesday morning over there. The train derailed after slamming into a stolen vehicle that was left on the railroad tracks. Police say it was a miracle no one was seriously injured.
Quarter after 6 now. Chris Reese is here with your certified most accurate forecast. A look at the rain chances. Chris, they're ticking up.
Yes, they are, especially as we start to move once again towards Sunday into Monday. We've had a lot of Mondays lately where we've actually had some rain coming out of the weekend. We could do that again this weekend into early next week. We've talked about the rain chance today. It's delayed. It's going to be light. Let's take a look at the rain chance coming our direction towards early next week. A lot of this really depends on how far north or how far south the actual area of low pressure goes. Where have you heard us say that before? It sounds like we're talking about winter. We're warm enough that things are all rain. But this could really be some beneficial rainfall that moves our way and then tries to move out of here by the time things are all said and done. Then there could be another one, perhaps Wednesday and into Thursday. Rainfall amounts today are generally going to be light, but as we go through early next week, we've seen a shift in the model data already that takes a lot of that heaviest rain further towards the south. Models like to yo-yo back and forth. We have a real potential for some decent rainfall, though, right around southern Wisconsin that we have to keep a very close eye on. Whether that's half an inch, whether that's 2 inches, it is all going to be some very beneficial rainfall. That being said, this is your first warn. That system's still 4 days away, so there's so much that can change. Just like in winter, a snowstorm 4 days away, there's so much that can change. Even with rain, it's the same deal. But we're going to watch that and let you know if you need to develop a game plan for early next week. That being said, today's commute, no big issues are expected. That is because most of the rain is expected to hold off until later. Here's first warn traffic right now. We are not seeing any issues that are showing up on our area roadways. We may see some rain later on, but most of that should wait until after dinner time. So we should be able to get you to work and get you home relatively dry.
Chris Reese with all the first warns. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
6:17 now. Looking ahead, President Biden is telling House Democrats they need to strip or reduce several items in the social safety net bill. Multiple sources say he informed progressives this week the cuts are necessary for the legislation to pass. The revised plan would no longer include 2 years of tuition-free community college. It would also end the child tax credit after another year. Biden says the measure still would expand Medicare to cover hearing, dental, and vision.
The Food and Drug Administration issuing a landmark proposal to establish a new category of over-the-counter hearing aids. The goal is to make hearing aids more accessible and affordable. The agency says 15% of U.S. adults report some hearing trouble.
Facebook settling a discrimination lawsuit this morning with the Department of Justice. The social media giant will have to shell out more than $14 million as a result of that settlement. The case alleged U.S. workers were denied the chance for employment because Facebook reserved jobs for temporary visa holders. It was also accused of using recruitment methods to deter U.S. workers from applying to certain positions. The company now has to change the way it handles job offerings. It will also be required to hold anti-discrimination training for employees.
The trucking industry says its already serious labor shortage is getting even worse. As we approach the holidays, the American Trucking Association, the industry is down some 80,000 drivers. That is an all-time record high. The industry was already short more than 60,000 drivers before the pandemic. A spokesperson says many drivers are retiring or leaving the industry. He says 71% of all goods in the U.S., 71% have to be moved by trucks at some point in their trek to your local stores. Analysts say the driver shortage is contributing to a huge backlog at U.S. ports and supply chain slowdowns.
Happening tomorrow, Taco Bell giving customers a free breakfast burrito. You interested? It happens between 7 and 11 a.m. just tomorrow. It's a reminder to folks they do still have breakfast on the menu. The fast food joint is also out with a burrito-themed bedtime story and a new line of sleepwear. Exactly what we needed. Taco Bell had expanded its morning menu just days before the pandemic took hold in March of 2020. Not long after, though, most of its restaurants had to put a pause on those breakfast sales.
I need some new pajamas anyway.
And I need a bedtime story. So there you go.
Coming up in 10 minutes, a violent robbery near downtown. What police say the robber got away with.
And up next, some new inspirations for your next hairdo. Stay with us.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
When the leaves start to fall and the nights get cooler, you know it's sofa season. Steinhoffels has a sofa to fit every style and budget. A sofa for the big game, a sofa for catching up, a sofa for cuddling. During Steinhoffels' falling prices sale, every sofa, every bedroom, every dining room, and more, it's all on sale. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and all the best brands of mattresses. It's the falling prices sale, only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
Better together, doesn't it? Make it even more special with the hazelnut and cocoa taste of Nutella. Nutella, wake up to wow.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
It's that time of year to hit the open road. To make sure your trip is safe, Meineke is now offering free brake pads. Call your Madison area Meineke for details. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
For over 60 years, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has brought joy and happiness to Midwest families. And now through Wednesday, we're celebrating our Toyland tradition by offering great deals for everyone's wish list. Like this remote control cat truck, only $42.99. Women's Alfred Dunner fashion collections are half off. Plus, help others' wishes come true with Kids Helping Kids. Donate new unwrapped toys and we'll match up to $200,000. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone. Don't miss our store-wide celebration now through Wednesday.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
I wanted to share my morning from yesterday with everyone this morning. I picked some pumpkins with my pumpkin yesterday.
Oh, clever.
We were out at Schuster's on a field trip for her school. They really do it. They know what they're doing out there. They have a great system, a really friendly staff, and we had a blast yesterday. The weather could not have been more perfect. It was just gorgeous.
What did Claire think of the goats?
Oh, she got to feed the goats.
Aw.
Yeah, and pet the bunnies. Yeah, she had a good time.
Did she?
Got to watch out for those goats, though. They'll steal your cup, and they'll eat that cup.
The eyes, they always freak me out. And they're so, like, stout. They're fat little fellas.
Yeah. Claire had a good time petting and feeling their horns and
feeling
all
their
that.
horns.
Yep.
She wasn't scared.
No, she got right in there. You know, the goats they're so friendly.
They are.
And we just had a wonderful time, and it was a great morning. I thought I'd share that with you. We'd love to see what your morning looks like. It's easy. Just use the hashtag #MyNews3Morning when you post on our social media.
Adorable kiddo. Okay, 6:24 now. Two brothers in India are turning heads, pun intended, for the crazy haircut designs they're giving people.
You got to see this. So the designs include the Taj Mahal. Wait until you see this.
Whoa.
Look at that detail. They'll do people too, like a Michael Jackson face, Mickey Mouse. Yeah, there's Michael Jackson right there.
How cool.
How the heck do they do that?
I've always wanted an undercut.
Okay.
I just don't know that I could pull it off.
I'm having a hard time picturing you with an undercut.
Am I not edgy enough? Come on.
You're plenty edgy.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
I don't know what that means.
Would it fit the school dress code, Leah?
If you're asking if our news director would allow it, I'm not sure. Let me get back to you. That's probably something you ask permission for instead of apologizing later.
You might not get forgiveness for that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy.
Oh, she would be very nice, though, about it.
She would be.
She would.
Looks nice. Don't do it again.
Maybe. I don't know.
We won't see, actually. I'm probably not getting an undercut.
All right, hey, Chris, it's time for the bus stop forecast. What the kiddos need this morning?
Yeah, you really are comfortable as you head out the door today. Those rain chances hold off until most of you get home, but if you have an extracurricular activity that's going to take you towards dinner time, you might want to have a little umbrella or rain jacket to take along with you. But temperatures 50 at pickup time, 69 by the time we get you towards drop-off. We're talking about a Facebook poll. We're going to have the latest when we come back after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection serves all of Dane County and the surrounding communities. And with our new location in Monroe, we also proudly serve all of Greene County.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
At U.S. Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. While the other guys may limit your options, at U.S. Cellular, you choose any phone and we make it free. That's right, visit our store and any phone you see is free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month and get the most out of our state-of-the-art network, wherever you choose to go. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
For over 60 years, Blaines Farm and Fleet's Toyland has brought joy and happiness to Midwest families. And now through Wednesday, we're celebrating our Toyland tradition by offering great deals for everyone's wish list. Like this remote control cat truck, only $42.99. Women's Alfred Dunner fashion collections are half off. Plus, help others' wishes come true with Kids Helping Kids. Donate new unwrapped toys and we'll match up to $200,000. Blaines Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone. Don't miss our store-wide celebration now through Wednesday.
A mentor can be one of the most important pieces that impacts a child's success in life. Having a mentor can help a young person learn life skills. Know they are not alone. Know there is another supportive adult in their corner. Be exposed to new experiences. Envision a whole new world. Have a shoulder to cry on. Navigate life's path. Have someone to laugh with. Have someone to help them work through conflicts. You can be this for a young person. This is how you make a difference. They need you, and you'll find that it gives you a sense of purpose. It's a surefire way to lift yourself up while giving so much back to our youth. You can learn about several different mentoring opportunities at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Or, if you're not sure where to start, you can click I want to be a mentor or I need a mentor, and one of our team members would be happy to get you connected. And while you're there, get inspired by watching our career journey interviews with several motivated members of the community. Brought to you by United Madison.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $42.62 on select models.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning. Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Right now, more car thefts in Madison. Police looking for multiple suspects this morning.
Are we done with 70 degrees? There's some colder air on the way. We're talking how cool we'll get towards the weekend in the first warn forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thank you for joining us. We start this morning with some breaking news from overnight. Another car robbery. This time it happened right near downtown Madison.
Police say it happened near the intersection of West Washington Avenue and North Bedford Street right around 10 last night. A 30-year-old woman was walking to her car when a man walked up to her, demanded her car keys and purse. She tried to get away, but the man hit her in the face. He was able to get away with the keys and the purse and her SUV. Anyone who might be able to help police find a suspect should call the Madison Police Department. Last night's robbery, just the latest in a string of armed vehicle robberies. Madison police are also trying to solve a similar case from the east side.
Yeah, this one happened during the day on Monday near Olbrich Park. The victim told police that they were coming out of the home when they saw someone rummaging through their car, but the thieves didn't just run off. Listen to this. When the victims walked up to the person going through the car, two of the suspects pulled out guns. They took some belongings, then took off in a black Honda Pilot. We spoke with a woman who saw it happen. She's concerned the suspects might come back, so she didn't want us to show her face on TV.
Never seen anything like this in this area. Yeah, so it was kind of shocking, but not surprising with what happens in Madison lately.
Madison police say the suspects are thin men, maybe teenagers. They were wearing ski masks, so it was hard to tell. So far, no one has been arrested. Now, while this case seems rather similar to a group of vehicle robberies on the west side, police right now don't believe they're connected. News 3 Now reporter Brad Hamilton has been covering these robberies pretty extensively. You can find all of his reporting on our mobile app or channel3000.com.
More breaking news from overnight. Fitchburg police are looking for someone who fired a gun on Hatchery Road overnight. Officers say they heard shots, and so did a number of neighbors in that neck of the woods just after midnight. They found shell casings near the McDonald's on Fish Hatch. Witnesses say they saw a silver car drive off after the gunshots. No one is in custody this morning, though. If you might have seen or heard something last night, give Fitchburg police a call. More local news this morning. There's a new lawsuit out against the DNR board chair who refuses to leave his position. The Journal-Sentinel is reporting Midwest environmental advocates filed a lawsuit asking for text messages from Fred Prane. The group had previously filed an open records request for the texts, but officials said no messages fit the request. Now the advocates say messages released by another board member prove those messages do exist. Prane's term on the DNR board ended in May. He has refused to step down since then.
An update now on the car crash that killed 3 local high schoolers. Authorities say that the driver of the car that hit them is out of the hospital and in custody this morning. Eric Mehring faces 3 counts of second-degree reckless homicide. He also faces 3 counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle and 2 counts of second-degree recklessly endangering safety. High school students Simon Ballistic, Jack Miller, and Evan Cradwell were killed in the crash. The criminal complaint filed against Mehring suggests that he told police that he crashed into the teen's vehicle on West Mineral Point Road going 75 miles an hour in an area where the speed limit drops from 55 to 45. Breath test results indicate that Mehring was driving with 3 times the legal limit of alcohol in his system. After the crash, Mehring allegedly told deputies that he was on his way home from a local bar. You can read the full criminal complaint for yourself. It's under this story on channel3000.com.
6:33. Chris Reese is here now with your certified most accurate forecast. Hey, Chris.
You all have heard me say this time and time again since I've been at News 3 Now. What happens above our heads controls the weather that we experience right here on the ground. That being said, it's a part of the forecast process to look at the upper air pattern, and here's what we're dealing with right now. We've got warm air on the eastern side of the country. That includes us in Wisconsin, but there's some cooler air starting to move into the northern plains. And folks, this shot of chili is going to move our direction as we go towards the weekend. Now, the core of that, it's going to be further towards our north and east, but even still, it's going to be bringing with it at least a chance for some frost this weekend before temperatures actually try to moderate as we start to move towards next week. The true core of that cold is really going to be staying bottled up into parts of the polls before we really start to see our pattern change. That being said, track this with me. This is the freezing line, not frost, because frost can happen with temperatures above freezing, but this is the true freezing line. Tomorrow morning likely staying well toward our north, but by the time we get you towards Saturday, yeah, some of that starts to sneak into parts of southern Wisconsin, so that's why we are really keeping a close eye on some of these temperatures. This is Saturday morning, perhaps 33. Our forecast is 34, so this right here is the raw model. This is why we are watching those temperatures so closely. The other thing we're watching that I have you all sounding off on social media about right now is the fact that today, October 20th, is the average last day that we see 70. There are no more 70s in our 10-day forecast as of now. I'll show you that in just a moment. But I need everyone to go vote. This is on Twitter. This is on Facebook. Do you think we are done with 70 after today? 77% of you think we'll hit 70 again so far. You've got a day to vote, but keep voting. I'll show you how you can do that at the end of this weather hit. But for now, if you are headed outside, we're at 51 degrees. You see that sun coming up. Temperatures are into the 40s and 50s, generally all the way around for us. The showers, they're starting to work their way on in from the west, and they really arrive by the time we get you towards the end of dinner time. So 71 as we go throughout today. This is 6 o'clock, though. That's when you see those showers, and some of those actually linger as we start to move into tomorrow as well. So we have that shower chance early. It's 50s as we go into the weekend, some 60s next week, followed by more 50s as we get towards the end of next week. Folks, if you want to vote in that poll, it is posted on Facebook on the meteorologist Chris Reese page, or go to Twitter, Chris Reese Weather. But do you think we are done with 70 degrees? I'm not answering this question on purpose because I don't want to sway any decisions here.
I think we could. I don't think 70 is out of the question right now.
I think we're done.
It's the average last day. There are no 70s in the forecast.
I think we're done.
Signs of pattern changing towards cooler as we get into November. I don't know.
All right, we'll see what the poll says. Chris Reese, thank you.
My pleasure.
Happening today, the Dane County Board of Supervisors holding a public meeting for the proposed county budget. It outlines more than $700 million for 2022. If you'd like to weigh in on the proposal, maybe offer up some ideas on how your taxpayer dollars will be spent, you can attend the meeting. It's virtual. It starts at 6 p.m.
One of the two women seen on video attacking a state senator last summer during the civil unrest has been found not guilty. Corida O'Reilly's two-day trial wrapped up last night in Madison. She was found not guilty of both charges against her. Senator Tim Carpenter says that he was trying to take a picture of a group when he was attacked. You're seeing video of it right here. We covered it pretty extensively here on News 3 Now this morning. Now, the second woman involved in this incident, Samantha Hamer, was also charged in the attack. She did accept a guilty plea, though, on a lesser charge earlier this year.
The gang that kidnapped 17 missionaries in Haiti is now demanding $1 million ransom per person. They're known as the 400 Mwozo gang. They've held the 16 Americans and 1 Canadian since Saturday now. 5 children are among that group. Yesterday, a source close to the gang told CBS News the kids are growing increasingly frustrated, crying and refusing to eat. The FBI is working with Haitian officials to get the missionaries released. The White House, meanwhile, says they do not pay ransoms.
We have, in the administration, been relentlessly focused on this, including sending a team to Haiti from the State Department.
According to Christian Age Ministries of Ohio, the group behind this trip, the youngest hostage is 8 months old. The oldest is 48.
Colin Powell's death this week is a reminder that COVID is often deadly for people with underlying conditions. That is especially so for unvaccinated, immunocompromised children.
Christina Laurie spoke with the family of a boy with a rare condition and the doctor who's helping kids like him safely return to the classroom.
Cade Moreau's life has never been normal.
If he spikes a fever, something's really, really wrong with him.
Cade spent the first 6 years of his life in and out of doctors' offices. He has Prader-Willi syndrome, a rare condition that causes lack of muscle tone, sleep apnea, waves of uncontrollable hunger, and causes Cade to get much sicker than most kids from common viruses.
I mean, anytime that he's had like the flu or RSV, it's pretty much landed us. Every time it's landed us into the hospital.
That's why Cade's mom, Katie, is extraordinarily concerned about COVID.
It would kill him. definitely would kill him. Like, I know they say, well, there's no, kids are doing better. I'm like, well, that's fine. Also, kids make it through the flu, no problem, and not going into the hospital.
This is where UW Health Dr. Ryan Collar comes in. Since May, Collar has been leading a study funded by a $2 million grant from the National Institutes of Health to help kids like Cade return to a somewhat regular routine.
What is it going to take to have safe school attendance for this really vulnerable population of children?
Less than 6 months in, Collar already has some results, which are shared in near real time on the study's website.
One thing that our study really shows is that having the access to testing, whether it's in the home environment or in school, is doable. It's feasible, it's practical, and it helps families.
Collar says routine testing will play the biggest role in getting all kids back to school. But there's something we can all do too.
Parents of children who have complex health issues, for their child to be healthy and safe, everybody needs to be healthy and safe.
That means vaccinations, masks, maintaining a basic level of empathy, although sometimes difficult, can help kids like Cade return to the classroom and life as normal as possible.
I said, but if you can do something that can protect other people, your grandparents, even children, babies, even younger babies, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do something that can protect somebody else?
In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
Again, the result from Dr. Collar's study are available right now. You can find it on our website, channel3000.com.
6:40 now. Take a live look outside. Chris Reese wants to know what you think about 70s in the forecast. Today's the average day for those to end. I think they're done. Chris Stanford thinks we might still have a chance.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't. I certainly hope so. I'm an optimist. You know that, Leah.
You are Chris Stanford and optimism. Synonyms. Stay with us. Chris Reese's forecast still ahead.
Also ahead, dairy farmers in Wisconsin, they are struggling right now to sell their products. What's keeping their milk from shelves?
The lowest prices of the season one-day mattress sale is today at Ashley Home Store. Fall in love with your home again by saving up to 60% off. Plus, get $300 in free furniture and no interest financing for up to 6 years on luxury brands. Only at Ashley Home Store.
No interest, no money down, no question about it. You'll love your new floor. I'm Brent Ziegler with H&R Carpets and Flooring's Beautiful event. Get special pricing and special financing up to 48 months on hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, tile, and carpet. We've got the flooring and wall tile to complement your kitchen counter and upgrade your shower. Our interior design staff can help you choose it, and our craftsmen will install it. Save now at H&R Carpets and Flooring, Wanakee.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
In one instant, an accident can change your life. Gingras, Thompson & Walks has assembled the top award-winning personal injury lawyers to win the biggest settlements and awards for Wisconsin victims. If you've been injured, contact Gingras, Thompson & Walks for a free consultation.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hardworking families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
The lowest prices of the season one-day sale is today at Ashley Home Store. Fall in love with your home again by saving up to 49% off, plus no interest financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
She gets paid in love from all of the kids and staff that she sees every day.
A friend to make the going easier for patients and families. See how Kiko is making a big impact at American Family Children's Hospital Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates, taking action to discover and report the facts to make sure your voice is heard. That's why News 3 Now investigates.
Hi, Chris. This is Dick from Belleville. Chris, plan my day.
Well, hello. Here's what's to happen as we go towards Belleville today. You are waking up with that sunshine, and man, look at that sunrise right now. Isn't that just incredible, that orange glow on the horizon? We will see sun early. Clouds start to stream in towards the afternoon, but not before we warm up into the low 70s. That's where I expect our highs today. But check out 7 o'clock. We're in the 60s. That is when that rain starts to move in. So we look at Belleville right now on radar. It is dry in Belleville at the moment. We've seen a couple of showers trying to form just towards the west of Richland Center this morning. Most of that shower activity, though, well back towards the west, and this is what moves in a little bit later on today. So it's the latter half of your day that's going to see the best chances for rain around here. That doesn't mean a spotty shower can't be ruled out earlier on, but you really don't truly need that umbrella until we get you towards the afternoon and evening, perhaps lingering into tomorrow morning as well. Folks, I would love to hear from you. Let's plan your day. I also want to hear from you on social media. I want to know what you think about those 70s. People are voting right now. Right now, it's really split because on Twitter, people think we'll see another 70. On Facebook, a lot of folks think we're done. So it's a real split between the two different social media sites. But go vote, but also send in your Plan My Day videos as well.
We love to see it.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Chris.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for overall excellence in television.
Why, yes, you are.
We're back. Yeah. And we're back. Investigators in Houston this morning, they're trying to determine what caused a private plane with 21 people on board to crash during takeoff yesterday. This is really remarkable. It was headed to Boston, never got off the runway. Look what happened. It crashed into a fence, caught on fire. Here's the incredible part. All 21 people on board were able to free themselves before first responders got there.
We're very, very stunned, but they did all self-extricate. We can't tell you how they did that or in what method. And the plane was fully involved when we arrived.
The NTSB is leading the investigation.
Over the last 90 years, the U.S. has gone from having 3.5 million individual dairy farms to just 35,000. No one has experienced that change more than Wisconsin. Now, smaller family farms are struggling to get their milk to market when they don't have their own processor. Larger processors get to pick who they will support, which has smaller farms struggling to find ways to get their milk sold.
It's a question about whether they really want to pick up farms that are smaller and maybe more costly to access. So that's what we are seeing in a number of farms.
One farmer in Outagamie County says he can't find a processor willing to take the milk from his 25 cows.
Well, here's some more bad news about prices at your stores. Common household products like Crest toothpaste are about to go up. Procter & Gamble, they make a lot of stuff. They're about to raise prices due to inflation and supply chain issues. The company says it will raise prices on a host of beauty, oral care, and grooming goods. The increases in prices are set to go into effect within the next 90 days. Well, the Packers just named 2 new Hall of Famers for the team, with linebackers Tim Harris and wide receiver Greg Jennings. Harris recorded 422 tackles, 55 sacks in his 4 seasons with the Packers. Jennings, he spent 6 seasons in the green and gold. He caught 425 passes, racked up more than 6,000 yards, 53 touchdowns. Hard to forget, though, all that fallout when Jennings left Green Bay for the Vikings. Nevertheless, Jennings says he's honored.
Congrats. Exciting news.
Yeah. Well, here's something else that's pretty cool. A farm in Monticello is making sure that everyone can take part in their corn maze.
Oh, yeah. They borrow all-terrain wheelchairs from a nearby hunting preserve during the fall season. That lets wheelchair-bound people navigate the corn maze.
It just really puts a smile on both the user's face as well as, those who are around them when they're able to easily, effortlessly get through not only the activity area here, but through the entire maze.
I knew that was going to happen.
So the chair has 5 speeds. It can travel up to 3 miles an hour. You're going to cruise through that corn maze.
It'd be nice to get one of those.
Yeah, why not?
It'd be nice for to experience a corn maze like that. That's wonderful, though, making sure that everyone can have access to those corn mazes. Those corn mazes can get bumpy and muddy. And long. I want a 3-mile-an-hour little cruise through those. Yeah, they're cool, though. You want to get in on those corn mazes, though, before the weather gets too cold. Coming up in the morning sprint, all of the morning's top headlines. But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can share their picture on TV, help them celebrate. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
When you run with Sloan's on a John Deere 1025R, you can feel the power. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
It's time for Operation Get Kids to Think Learning is Fun. Any ideas?
Replace their teachers with clowns.
Textbooks made of candy?
Submarine school bus.
These ideas are terrible. We can give them all Osmo. It's technology that turns a tablet into a super fun learning device. They won't even realize they're learning until it's too late.
Fun, educational, genius.
For over 60 years, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has brought joy and happiness to Midwest families. And now through Wednesday, we're celebrating our Toyland tradition by offering great deals for everyone's wish list. Like this remote control cat truck, only $42.99. Women's Alfred Dunner fashion collections are half off. Plus, help others' wishes come true with Kids Helping Kids. Donate new unwrapped toys and we'll match up to $200,000. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone. Don't miss our store-wide celebration now through Wednesday.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
When an inland hurricane called the Derailed cut a path through the Midwest, we learned some lessons. We learned that most buildings cannot withstand 140-mile-per-hour winds, not to mention most oak trees. We learned that when your roof is gone or there's a tree in your living room, even 8 hours is too long to wait. But most of all, we learned that in hardship, people take care of each other. And that has been our silver lining.
When you run with Sloan's on a John Deere 1025R, you can feel the power. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
The Portage Furniture Store with free delivery on brands you know and trust.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Police in Milwaukee are turning to the community to ask for help finding a young boy still reported missing. 3-year-old Major Harris hasn't been seen since last week after his mother was found shot dead last Thursday. 3 days later, a suspect in that case shot and killed himself. Milwaukee police say they've searched 2 places in Dodge County, but Major still has not been found.
Police looking for a car robber this morning. Madison police say that this happened last night around 10 o'clock near the intersection of West Washington and North Bedford. A 30-year-old woman was walking to her car when a man approached and demanded her car keys and purse. The victim tried to get away, but the man hit her in the face, took her keys and purse, then drove off in her SUV. Call police if you can help.
New video out of Duluth, Minnesota overnight. A large fire under I-35 sent billowing smoke over the interstate. Duluth firefighters say it was a homeless camp under the interstate that went up in flames. Took about an hour to put out. We're told no one was hurt.
In Beloit this morning, a man shot while he was out riding his bike. Police say that it happened yesterday morning around 5 o'clock on Summit Avenue. The 45-year-old victim was taken to the hospital and should survive. The gunman, though, reportedly shot the man while driving. Anyone with information should call police.
The House Select Committee is unanimously recommending that Steve Bannon be found in criminal contempt of Congress. This after he failed to show up during their investigation of the Capitol 6th riots. The full House will now have to vote on what comes next. Lawmakers say statements Bannon made on January 5th suggest foreknowledge of the violence that erupted one day later on Capitol Hill.
The driver of the car that killed 3 teenagers is now in jail. 30-year-old Eric Maring faces 3 counts of second-degree reckless homicide. Simon Ballistic, Jack Miller, and Evan Cradwell all died in this crash. The criminal complaint filed against Maring suggests that he told police that he crashed into the teen's vehicle on West Mineral Point Road going 75 miles an hour, an area where the speed limit drops from 55 to 45.
After more than 30 years working for the city, Madison's fire chief, Stephen Davis, says he'll be retiring next year. Chief Davis has worked with the fire department since 1989. In that time, he served as a firefighter, a paramedic, training officer, lieutenant, and division chief. He was appointed the city's fire chief in 2012.
One of the biggest economic trends in 2021 has been the ever-increasing sky-high home prices. Those astronomical prices may be one reason that online real estate marketplace Zillow has stopped buying homes. Zillow buys homes. They actually bought 3,800 homes in the second quarter and say that it hit its limit for home purchases for the year already.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, co-anchor Tony DeCopel sat down with the man whose fiery speech on the school board went viral. The conversation explores why anger isn't a bad thing as long as it doesn't lead to violence. Catch that story right after News 3 Now this morning.
We are tracking some showers to our west this morning. This is going to be our rain chance that moves into our picture later on today, especially as we move towards the evening. It doesn't mean you can't see some showers early, but it's the evening that has our best chance for the showers out there. Out ahead of that, things are going to be spotty. You'll see sunshine between them. Temperatures warm up towards 71 this afternoon. Track what moves in from the west. Right around dinner time, we'll see those showers working their way into our picture with lingering showers into early parts of tomorrow morning. Get this, though. Tomorrow, we don't get out of the 50s. Today is the average last day to see 70, and some cooler air is going to be coming our way for the weekend. We'll warm up some as we start to move towards early next week, but we also have multiple rain chances in that forecast. We're going to talk more about them in the cut-ins.